terrifying robbers caught by malevolent spirits. The night was dark and stormy, rain lashing against the windows as a group of desperate robbers sought refuge from the relentless downpour. They were four hardened criminals: Max, the cold and cunning mastermind; Victor, a burly and menacing enforcer; Olivia, a seductive femme fatale with a penchant for manipulation; and Leo, the agile and nimble cat burglar. Their latest heist had gone horribly wrong, drawing the attention of both the police and rival gangs. The haunted house they stumbled upon seemed like the perfect hiding place, a decrepit mansion that bore the scars of a tragic history. Local legends spoke of a wealthy family that once resided within, only to be consumed by madness and death. Despite the ominous warnings, the robbers felt invincible, attributing the legends to mere superstition. As they ventured inside, they were greeted by an unsettling silence that weighed heavily on their hearts. The darkness within seemed to move, alive with spectral shadows that danced along the walls. "All right, listen up," Max commanded, trying to hide the unease in his voice. "We'll stay here until the heat dies down. No one will come looking for us in a haunted house. But remember, we don't believe in ghosts or any of that nonsense. We're just here to lay low until we can figure out our next move." As the hours passed, the atmosphere thickened with fear. Whispers echoed through the halls, and chilling drafts brushed against their skin. Victor's stern facade began to crack, and he clenched his fists, suppressing his anxiety. Olivia, usually oozing confidence, started to lose her cool, glancing over her shoulder at every creaking groan. Leo, always nimble and quick-witted, couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. He saw flickers of movement in the corners of his eyes, but when he turned to look, there was nothing there. The robbers tried to convince themselves that their minds were playing tricks on them, but deep down, they knew something was terribly wrong. As night wore on, their nerves reached a breaking point. Strange noises filled the air, the eerie sound of children's laughter, the mournful cries of a woman, and the distant clang of chains. Each noise grated on their sanity, pushing them closer to the edge of madness. Max attempted to maintain control, refusing to show any signs of weakness. "This place is getting to us," he said, voice trembling ever so slightly. "But we can't let fear cloud our judgment. We'll leave at first light and put this nightmare behind us." However, their plans were disrupted when Olivia stumbled upon an old portrait gallery hidden in the depths of the mansion. The faces in the paintings seemed to follow her, their eyes piercing her soul. One particular portrait caught her attention, an ethereal woman whose eyes glowed with malevolence. Before Olivia could turn away, the portrait shifted, revealing a hidden passage behind it. The robbers exchanged uncertain glances, but curiosity got the better of them, and they ventured into the dark corridor. The passage led them to a vast underground chamber adorned with symbols of an ancient occult. They realized too late that this mansion was not merely haunted, it was cursed. They had trespassed into the domain of malevolent spirits, disturbed the restless souls trapped within. As terror gripped their hearts, the spirits began to manifest, taking sinister forms that defied comprehension. Faces twisted with rage and sorrow emerged from the shadows. Ghastly figures reached out with skeletal hands, and haunting whispers filled the air. Leo tried to escape, but found himself trapped in a maze of shifting walls that led him right back to where he started. Victor attempted to fight the spectral assailants, but his punches passed through them like smoke. Olivia's seductive charm was rendered useless against entities that had long forgotten the touch of the living. Max, desperate to survive, pleaded with the malevolent spirits. "We didn't know. We didn't mean to disturb you. Please, let us go, and we'll never return." But the spirits showed no mercy, their wrath insatiable. The robbers were tormented, their minds assaulted with memories of their darkest deeds. Every sin they had committed, every life they had destroyed returned to haunt them in vivid detail. As dawn approached, the spirits intensified their onslaught, driving the robbers to the brink of insanity. Finally, with the first rays of sunlight creeping through the windows, the spirits revealed their true intentions. One by one, the malevolent entities merged, forming a monstrous apparition that exuded a terrifying aura. Its hollow eyes fixed upon Max, the mastermind who had led them into this nightmare. "You shall suffer for eternity," the entity spoke with a voice that seemed to echo from the depths of the underworld. "Your crimes can never be absolved, and your souls will be bound to this accursed mansion forever." In a flash of blinding light, the mansion collapsed in on itself, leaving no trace of the robbers or the malevolent spirits within. Their fate became a cautionary tale, a legend whispered among criminals and thrill seekers, warning them never to underestimate the power of the supernatural. And so, the haunted house stood as a grim reminder of the sins committed by those who dared to enter its domain. The souls of the robbers were forever condemned, their torment a chilling testament to the price of their greed and arrogance. No one dared approach the mansion, for the malevolent spirits within were said to still hunger for souls, ready to ensnare any who crossed their path. The legend of the cursed mansion spread far and wide, shrouding the once abandoned property in an eternal darkness that would forever send shivers down the spine of those who heard the tale. And so, the tale of the robbers who caught in the haunted house ended not with salvation or redemption, but with a fate far worse than death, an eternity of suffering and torment in the clutches of vengeful spirits, a true horror that would forever linger in the nightmares of those who dared to remember.